my scrappy life, and welcome back to my channel. This is a process video for the PaperCrafters YouTube Hop, where once a month we do a theme of some sort, and this time it's family time. And I am also going to be following the sketch that was from Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This one is actually done by Daisy Scraps. I didn't get through all of the sketches through the month of October, so I am going to kind of play with it here in the month of November on the ones that I still wanted to scrap or like follow along with. So make sure that you check out everything that's linked down below with the PaperCrafters YouTubers, along with checking out Christy's from Christy Beautiful Life's group, where she does series on 30 days of sketches. Last month you got a bonus because it was 31 days. Things like that. So make sure that you go check everything out. And my family time is, I'm just trying to finish up this trip to the Windy Hill Orchard and cidery that we go to once a year. We haven't gone this year because when they did this one was in October. So I got to look and see if we can do it in November because they planned this particular day in November. I still haven't really looked, but we do love to go and do, the cider stuff. So I'm just finishing it up. I've got these two photos left. I got a layout that's going to go up tomorrow on my channel. And then I've got these two photos left. So I did get that one fall-ish trip done. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So it's all about family time. So it's us traveling and just hanging out and whatnot. And we ended up doing this travel during the fall, so it works out well. Like during the autumn season, you have seen since, I think, September, to be honest, that I've been doing this trip. So I should be done with it in November, because you know what's all coming up in December. It's getting there close to where I'll be transitioning over, and then I'll get sick of red and green, and then we'll be back to normal again, right? So let's just see what I can do. All right, so what I am going to be doing here is that I am going to follow that sketch pretty closely that Daisy did there. But what I decided to do, instead of it doing with all that mixed media, I have done quite a bit of mixed media, and I'm kind of a little bit burnt out from it. Not that you won't see it from me for a while, but I'm just kind of burnt from it. So I just wanted to do more of the faker side of mixed media, and you'll see how I did it. So I'm just going to pair up these two photos, and I turned them into a 4x6 for the sense of I wanted it to look kind of like what her photo has. But then I realized that the more I put stuff down, it's kind of getting together, but it works out. I moved it more to the middle of it, or the median side of it, where hers is spread out. I'm not I can't do it spread like that. If I'm going to do a 4x6, it's got to be lined up. And so that's what you'll see. So you'll kind of see me squish some of this together and then still have the bottom piece, but it'll be more, I guess if you want to call it more of the Miranda style, then it's separated off like that. Because to me, my eyes just can't do it. So I am going to back this up. The very last piece of foam, or the very last piece of paper that I'm going to put on my photos, I wanted to put the foam in between so then I can be able to place the certain things that I want. Because I have the foam already on there, I had to cut the piece without the picture being on it because it would have just been too much. So here I am. I'm placing all of the distressed edges everywhere, and then this is where I was going to get out the mixed media, and then I found that piece that you'll see that I'll take out and use that instead. So the Hip Kit is very notorious, which is a good thing, to give you these mixed media pieces that you can place down on your layout to make it look like you did mixed media when you really didn't. So I'm going to cut these in different sizes and still use the same ones, but you'll see how I use two of them and kind of place them in different spots so that it goes up the page a little bit. But then by the time that you see me get all the embellishments down, you won't even realize that I've got these dark lines. But the dark lines actually work out well to why I wanted it the way it is. So I put everything pretty much in the middle. I still have the little bit on the bottom, and then I go to town on these frames. Now, she uses a lot of like different pieces of ephemera, and I'm going to use my frames and then come back in with a lot of my ephemera. So this one says Autumn Captured. My title is Who the Heck Knows. Let's put it as The Good Life, because I use a lot of the mixed media pieces and a lot of the foam pieces to make like mini titles. So then here on the bottom is a piece that I cover up. You'll kind of see it. It's kind of peeking through on that bottom. So yes, it looks like I never covered up these squared pieces or these frames, and you're like, what in the world? Watch the transformation come alive. You won't even realize that these pieces aren't even touching and going all the way through to the papers because of the embellishments that I put in. I make sure that I cover up the end pieces so it looks like it finished underneath those ephemeras that I'm using. So instead of it being a lot of like ephemera pieces in such as like paper ephemera, I used more of the wood chip veneer that they gave us in this collection. And I've been using this collection now for all of my photos for this trip. This was really the only fall, like autumn fall trip that I made. I did do some Halloween autumn stuff, but that was in November. And then they ended up having, like when we did at the teacher, like the fall festival thing at the school, that was done around this time frame last year. So I will have those photos, but I haven't gotten to them yet I'm going in order of my stuff, so those will probably come like a long time ago, maybe even by next year at this time. I wanted to get my life done. When it comes to the teacher ones, I have them in there for me, and then I'll get them together sooner or later. And I put this lantern there with some string because I felt like it just needed it. And then I'm just kind of going through. So make sure that you go check out everybody that's linked down below. I absolutely love doing this hop every month. It gets me to do one layout just for fun instead of being part of something. And I love doing it. I know that it's a YouTube hop, but I love actually doing things like this. I'm placing just little bits down in this bottom. If you are coming from one of the other ones, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. I upload between 2 to 3 times a week. I do collaborations like this, design teams, all of the fun stuff. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you. It would be greatly appreciated. Now I am going to finish out my layout using the World Atlas as my gold splatters. I wanted to do the same thing. I'm in this kick of, instead of getting my splatters out and using mixed media, I am going to use the gold pieces of my sequence mix from Spiegelmom Scraps. Now, if you want to order from Spiegelmom Scraps, it's all linked down below. If you use Miranda 15 in the comment or in the discount for a discount of 15% off your order. But I do have, this is one of the older ones, and the one thing that Jody is doing for the month of November is she's trying to clear out her stash. So I went back in, and I don't even think this one's available. If it is, I'll link it down below, but I have a feeling it's not. But just use anything gold. Then that looks like you splattered everywhere. And that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm taking the gold pieces and like the mauve pieces and placing them everywhere to act like they are splatters. And then I make sure that I add in just everything. Like there's a few spots that I'm like, ooh, I need a couple extra. So that's what I'm doing there. And then that's pretty much it. And then, oh, I forgot. Then I come in with my black. I add that. Make sure you like and subscribe. The still shots are coming up. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.